Many of you know that I'm a trumpeter, born in New Orleans, Louisiana, born in the neighborhood where jazz is born. I always say to my students, and I have many students, I say this all the time, if you're in college, you're in a school, this is the last time in your life where older people with more wisdom and information are going to willingly give it away. Coming from environments, lack of resources, learning to build your own your own resources, excuse me. Going into environments of study and practice like this one, reservoirs for creative practice and endeavors and ideas, and not wasting your time here. Even for those folks that may be taking remedial classes and courses that maybe they have the information there, trust me, there's still something maybe you missed. There's still something you can learn. I started to to learn Sir Edward Elgar's cello concerto in E minor on the trumpet. I had like this live recording of Yo-Yo Ma playing it, and the passages are some of them are pretty impossible on the trumpet, the range of the cello versus the range of the trumpet in one breath, But even though I can't play it, I find the things that make it the most difficult, and then I make those things my friend musically. I'm gonna sit with that for 4 or 5 hours, twice a week until I hear it and it becomes a part of my playing. Jazz and historically is more of a democratic process where you have multiple perspectives that are listening to each other, that have a focus and an intention to create something that touches someone or translates. Making a record like the way that I made a record before is really more akin to like a hip hop, producer or something like somebody like Timbaland, who's a producer that also happens to rap, that type of idea. And so for that reason, it made me much more nervous. But the nervousness was rooted in the fact that it sounded more like what I hear. So that's what scared me. Will people feel and understand what I actually hear, not what I can translate to other musicians to play? So I don't have a priority, but I'm learning to accept more about my musicianship as a producer in this moment. But the point is, you don't get unlimited time of information. At some point, you have to be an adult, and then you have to go. But if there's information you need and want to know, then you got to get it while you're here now, because you lose time. Best case scenario, you're going to lose time. I'm kind of right about that, right? Yeah. Notice it happens when you get older. So resources, time and information, understanding that when you walk into an environment like a business environment, like any other environment, to pay attention, and that this environment is not developed or built for you to thrive. Most things in creative practice and art, the environment is usually built to take resources away from you, not to give them away. So arm yourself. Does everyone know what I mean when I say to arm yourself, right? Arm yourself with as much information as possible. It's the only thing, from my experience, it's the only thing that you will experience in life that someone cannot take away from you, is information. And you're in a space that's loaded with it. Not just from your teachers, but look at the person next to you. The person sitting next to you is thousands of stories. They're probably at this point at least a few thousands of hours of practice. So you are also resources for each other. So if you can tap into that, then when you end up in a position like mine, then you can thrive because you're prepared.